Before beginning installation of Compässo suspension trim, take a moment to read all of the installation instructions first and familiarize yourself with all of the system's parts and components. This is extremely important because improper use of parts or improper installation can cause substantial rework. To help you identify the various parts, all parts are polybagged and labeled. Parts and components may include some or all of the following: this videotape, installation instructions, a bill of materials that includes a drawing plan. Remember to check the bill of materials to ensure that all parts and components are present and undamaged. Compässo suspension trim is available in straight and/or curved trim segments. Trim is available in 2 1/4, 4, 6, or 8-inch widths, as well as 10 and 12-inch widths. Note the end of the trim segments. Segments with flush-cut ends are used for continuous runs, while segments with mitered ends are used at the inside corners of those installations that have inside corners. Refer back to your bill of materials to verify the placement of these. Your installation may have inside and outside curved sections of various lengths, as well as straight sections of various lengths. Other parts will include Compässo attachment clips for the system that you're installing. These attachment clips swivel to satisfy all attachment conditions. Additional parts include grid binder clamps, temporary splice plates, and permanent splice plates. Note that temporary splice plates are smaller and may not be matching in color, while permanent splice plates are larger and will match the color of the Compässo trim. Depending upon the installation, your parts may also include inside corner splices and outside corners. Install the grid that the Compässo suspension trim will be attached to. Remember that the grid should always be extended further than the installation point of the Compässo suspension trim. Examine the reflected ceiling layout and carefully plan the layout of the Compässo trim on the ceiling grid. Begin by laying the Compässo trim on top of the grid in the desired pattern. Temporarily hold the Compässo trim in place by using the provided binder clamps. Splice the sections together using 4-inch long temporary splice plates. Working off the reflected ceiling plan, progressively install the Compässo trim, arranging the trim into smooth curves. Adjust the clamps as you go and be sure to check the square of the grid. Once the Compässo segments are in place and the grid is square, mark the face or the side of the grid where the Compässo trim intersects the grid. Then, progressively slide the binder clamps and the Compässo segments back so that the grid is accessible for trimming. Now you can trim the grid back where cuts are required. Install the Compässo clips by first sliding the clip onto the top of the grid. Then, rotate the clip face to match the direction of the Compässo trim. Finally, fasten the clip to the grid with a Tek screw. To install the Compässo trim segments, snap the Compässo trim into the installed clip. Join trim segments by replacing the temporary splice plates with permanent splice plates. Because of their larger sizes, 10 and 12-inch Compässo trim segments must be supported by attaching braces to the installation clips. To do this, first attach an installation clip to the T using a number 6 by 3/8 inch tech screw. Then, brace the Compässo trim to the T with a diagonal brace by first securing one end of the brace to the clip using another 6 by 3/8 inch tech screw. Then, secure the opposite end of the brace to the T, ensuring that the clip is 90 degrees to the ceiling plane. Repeat this procedure at 2-foot increments along the entire face of the Compässo trim. With the attachment clips in place, you can now attach the 10-inch or 12-inch Compässo trim to the grid. To install outside corners, attach 2 permanent splice plates to the outside pre-formed corner piece. Then attach the outside corner to the Compässo trim. With the outside corner installed, you can now join the next appropriate Compässo trim segment to the corner. In this particular installation, we have a short run, so we're going to make use of a unique part, a combination inside-outside corner piece. Notice that one end is a preformed corner, while the other end is mitered for inside corner placement. Before moving on, you may want to prepare the final straight Compässo trim segment for installation, since this segment terminates at the wall and will have to be field cut in order to be installed flush against the wall. To do this, first measure the length from the corner of the grid to the wall. Then, mark the Compässo trim segment that will terminate at the wall at the cut point. Using tin snips, make a rough cut just beyond the point that you marked to get rid of the excess trim. Once the segment has been cut off, you can then fine trim the cut directly at the cut point that you marked. To install an inside corner splice, snip the return flange of an inside corner splice in line with the center split. Then attach it to the rim and bend it in the direction of the corner. Now attach the combination inside-outside corner assembly to the grid. To complete the installation, attach the field cut final trim segment that you prepared earlier. That completes this video guide on the installation of Compässo Suspension Trim from USG Corporation. We hope that you found this presentation to be a useful resource throughout your Compässo Suspension Trim installation. If you need more information regarding these systems, you can reach us by calling 1-800-USG-4U. Thank you for using our products, and thanks for watching.